touching allegations. The former 2GB and 2UE broadcaster is facing a total of 34 charges after 8 additional counts of indecent assault were added. His lawyer has formally entered pleas of not guilty and the case has been adjourned until March. Jones broke his silence outside court, saying the allegations are either baseless or distortions of the truth.
Prior to my arrest, I was given no opportunity by police to answer any of these allegations. I have never indecently assaulted these people.
The death toll from the magnitude 7.3 earthquake in Vanuatu is sitting at 14. The island has been rocked by a string of aftershocks, including a magnitude 6 tremor early this morning. Tom Cruise has been awarded the US Navy's highest civilian honour for what it's called his outstanding contribution to the military through on-screen roles. His 1986 movie Top Gun, in which he played a young naval aviator, as well as its 2022 sequel, credited with prompting a spike in military interest and enlistments. Accepting the award, Cruise said he was very proud and overwhelmed.
To lead is to serve, and I know that to my core. And I see that in the servicemen and women, and I appreciate everyone's dedication, and it's a true honor to represent them.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and India need 275 runs to win after Australia declared at 7 for 89 in their second dig in the third test at the Gabba. And they had started the run chase, but guess what? It's raining again. They're currently none for 8, meaning they need another 267 runs to win. Meantime, Scott Boland is expected to be recalled for the Boxing Day test after Josh Hazlewood's injury has him out of action for the remainder of the series. The Adelaide Strikers have returned home. They lost their first Big Bash match of the season last night to the Thunder. And Crows defender Luke Nankervis has signed a 2-year contract extension. The 21-year-old is now contracted to the club until at least the end of 2027. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Bedford Park, Carvey Truck and the Southern Expressway near Marion Road delays outbound. Brighton, Burst Watermain causing delays in Brighton Road and Sturt Road. She's done a one in both directions. That will get super slow the Savo. And look out for works at Mylene James coming to drive near Hugh Street. Cameras this afternoon. Baines Road, Onkaparinga Hills and Bevington Road at Glenunga. Score big at Rebel this festive season with a $200 saving on the lifetime 52-inch polycarb powerlift hoop. Now just $599. Rebel. Sport is calling. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Pineapple fans rejoice. Macca's new Hawaiian burger range is here for a limited time. So, Macca's run.
Sunny this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 33, Friday sunny 32, Saturday sunny 29. Right now it's 28 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, an Adelaide dad's ordeal, keeping his son alive while he waited half an hour for an ambulance. Local retail workers reveal the violence they face almost daily. Our worst shopping centre car parks revealed. And from prawns to pudding, the supermarket's offering the best deals on Christmas lunch favourites. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
Broadcasting live from the Adelaide Central Market for what will be our final show of 2024.
We hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful time with your family and your friends over the coming weeks. To those of you who are not having a break, people like our police, our nurses, our ambos, who are going to be working through Christmas, we thank you for that.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
We'll be back in January.
Returns January 20 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Imagine. It's something we all do every day. At SAMRI, our imaginings lead to medical breakthroughs for healthier futures. But we need your help, your donations. Check out samri.org.au.
Downtime hits different with Tennis Court Hire. Whether it's a friend you want to see, hi, hey, a bit of time for me, or just finding an hour free. Whatever you're into, get out on court. play.tennis.com.au.
Are you on track to meet your retirement goals or worried about the future? Retirement planning is one of the most important things you can do. With the right advice and a personalised approach from Guardian Wealth Solutions, you can feel confident knowing you've prepared for the future you want. Jackie from Guardian Wealth Solutions will work with you to build a secure future that's right for you. The right advice now will ensure that your retirement years are not just comfortable, but truly enjoyable. GuardianWealthSolutions.com.au.
This will be music to your ears for Christmas. Derringers and Yamaha have teamed up to bring you some absolute Christmas cracker gift ideas. Like Yamaha's premium range of acoustic and electric guitars, digital pianos, and Yamaha acoustic and electric drums. Derringers have special Christmas packs available too, so all the hard work is done for you. Just starting out or getting back into it? Give the gift of music this Chrissy with Yamaha and Derringers. Derringers.com.au.
What if something we call mini is actually really maxi? You'll know what I mean when you check out Drummond Golf Driving Range at West Beach and play on their world-class 18-hole mini golf course. It's enormously mini! And if you get the urge to swing a little bigger, there's the driving range and the chipping area. 18 mini holes for the mini price of $19.50 with your Drummond membership. It's the perfect idea for your Christmas party. Drummond Golf, for the love of golf.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Summer Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is coming up to 9 minutes past 3, 8223 0000. You can also email on air at 5AA.com.au. After 3:30, we'll chat to author, music journalist, DJ, presenter Jane Gazzo. She's got a new book out about a certain period of Australian music. So it's really interesting chat with her. And before the end of the show, we've got a couple of good prizes to give away. We'll award it to a caller. So all you have to do is ring, be a part of the show. We've got the Georgie Paws $60 voucher, the almost indestructible dog toys made from safe materials in case they're accidentally eaten, georgiepaws.com. And, of course, a family pass to Wallace Cinemas, Mitcham, Piccadilly, Mount Barker, Noarlunga. For sessions, visit wallace.com.au. And the big Boxing Day movies will be coming out. We'll chat to Shane A. Bassett tomorrow on movies about a few of them. I'm interested with the Robbie Williams one, where it's about his life, like it's a drama, but he's a monkey. So I wonder if that works. But he wrote it like that because he felt like he was a performing monkey all of his career. So that'll be interesting. But we'll talk to Shane about that. But in the meantime, if you want to tune in to the 5AA Facebook live stream, you can see this man.
Pasco, can you turn it off and then can you turn it on again? Hey!
Oh, hello.
Hello, Ange.
How are you, Richard Pascoe, Adelaide Tech Guy? 8223 0000. Get your tech questions in now. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Good. So you're on Saturday, but you're covering Arvo's next week, Christmas morning.
After
me.
Yes, back after boxing. I'm not on Boxing Day. I'm on the 2 days after that Saturday show. I'll be here nearly every day.
You will. People will tune in. But before we get to some calls, 8223 0000, you wanted to talk about the Facebook payout?
Yeah,
What's that one?
I do. So if we go back in time slightly, back in 2013, there was an app on Facebook called This Is Your Digital Life. And what you did, you clicked on it, you answered questions, but Cambridge Analytica, which was all over the news, basically took all of your details at the time, uploaded it and used those details. Now, what's happened now is the Australian Information Commission has announced a settlement with Meta over its involvement in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Now, I will say that when this stuff came out, it did say that we're going to use all your details on there. So I understand they're paying all this out, and it's a good thing they're going to go along and do it. So it's about $50 million is going to be paid out. But in Australia, it's, did you install the apps? They've worked it out. It's only 53 people that installed the app. But Australia's Information Commissioner estimates that an additional 311,074 Facebook users who were Facebook friends of people who installed the app may have had their personal information compromised. So there's a bit of a thing here, and I just want you to hold on for the ride here. So the payment scheme will be set up by Meta, but administrated by an independent third party. It will be open to people who had a Facebook account between November 2nd, 2013 and December 17th, 2015. That's you and I, right? Were present in Australia for at least 30 days during that period. That's you and I. Either installed the app, This Is Your Digital Life, using Facebook logon, or were Facebook friends with an individual who installed the app.
Well, how do you know they installed the app, though?
There is a Facebook page that has been set up for it. Now, in the next couple of days, I'm going to put the link to that page on my Adelaide Tech Guy Facebook page, so you'll be able to click on it and have a look. I'm not eligible for it. I already know that comes up straight away. So it's a good way to go along and see this. You click, takes you to a page, and Facebook go, no, you were not part of this.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't either.
No, but here's the thing, Ange. They're going to be, how many scams are we going to see about this, that you're eligible for $1,000 because you were part of all of this?
Oh, yes.
All right? This is going to be scam heaven out there. Now, it's going to take approximately 2 years for eligible claimants to receive a payment from Meta as well. So it's a long-term thing.
Yes.
But do not fall for this scam. Tell all your friends who are on Facebook, please do not fall for it.
So what's the legitimate way, again, to find out? You won't get contacted, will you?
No, you won't.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, you won't get contacted for it.
And it's only 53 people in Australia.
Yep, and people can check. It is. And there'll be a page up there that you can go along, and if you think you're part of it, the page will be widely publicised. I'll do my best to publicise it as well. But, if you click on it, it says it's not you, it's not you.
Okay, so this is your digital ID.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
But you can see where the scams are going to come into this.
They're just not even trying anymore, those scammers, are they? They're just
They're not
full of
trying
spelling
very
mistakes.
well. Yep.
There, and and it's pretty good now. A lot of them just go straight into your junk, but they're just.
And people are, in a lot of cases I've seen lately, are their own worst enemies when it comes to this.
Yes.
So they're believing all of this. They're believing their account's compromised. They've forgotten to log in for their email password. Because, you should all know your email logins, people. You really should. It's something you must do. And if you don't know it, find out, reset your password, turn on multi-factor authentication. So you've been locked. You think you're locked out of your account, but you've just forgotten your password on there.
Yes.
And you think somebody's taken over my account.
Yeah.
And I had a couple last week who thought their account had been taken over. And so they reached out for help, and scammers actually contacted them back and said, for $5,000 a device, we can get you back into your accounts. They'd only really just had to have their passwords reset and they were back in.
Did they fall for it?
No.
Thank God.
Luckily for that.
Yeah, just if in doubt, you never click. You never.
No.
Ever.
No. No, you don't.
But, I mean, there was the situation that came out a couple of days ago where ASICs are suing HSBC Bank because they didn't protect their customers' accounts because they really thought. So they got this email, then they'd ring the number, and they really thought they were speaking to the bank staff.
Bank.
And millions and millions.
I'm staggered there are not more in this bank thing.
Yeah, right.
The amount of people that contact me once they've been scammed, and they go to the bank, and I always tell you, people I deal with, hammer the banks. Right, you've lost some money, go back and ask the banks all the time. Don't just say, because the banks will come along and say, I'll contact you in 90 days' time. That's not good enough.
Yes.
Right? You've lost $5,000, $10,000. I'd be in the bank every day saying, what have you done about this?
Yeah. Okay. 8223 0000. Maureen from Glandore. Hello.
Hello, I'm here again.
Oh, good.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Maureen.
Last week I reset my iPad
because
of the FaceTime problems.
Yep.
I've since then updated 18.2. I've still got the problems with FaceTime, but I've also, by any phone call I make or anybody makes to me, lists on my FaceTime when I go into it. Phone calls.
In your FaceTime settings, there's a phone number on there. That should be it.
Yeah.
But you don't want that.
Now I'm going to let Richard grab a glass. Have you got some water there, Richard? Yeah, good. We'll let Richard just grab a glass of water. So
right.
You don't want the was it the FaceTime phone number? You're right, Richard.
Yes.
Frog in your throat. All right, Maureen. Richard's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't want the FaceTime phone number there.
Don't I? No. Well, I'm not using that FaceTime on my phone, and my daughters sometimes ring me FaceTime, but it comes, it comes on my phone, but it also go onto my
iPad.
listening. Yeah, iPad.
That's the way it's designed to be, Maureen.
Right. So these are all other people that I've only got two in there.
Yeah.
Daughters.
So you're
Now,
getting
all
phone
these
calls.
other
So you're getting phone calls from other people.
Yeah, phone calls, and they go to my phone, but they also list on my FaceTime.
That's because on your FaceTime you've got that phone number on there.
Phone number, right?
Right. So if you go into FaceTime, you can actually take the phone number off.
Yeah.
Then, then your daughter, you're not going to be able to FaceTime your daughter though, because
I won't be. I can FaceTime her on my iPad, can I?
Yeah. No, it was the iPad that we're trying to. You want to still see your daughter, don't you? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you know your daughter's number when it comes through, so that's fine. You answer that one. But if another number comes up, then you wouldn't answer that.
No, what I'm saying, this comes on my phone, but then I answer the phone call on the phone, but when I go into FaceTime, they're listed as there as well.
On your phone, go into FaceTime and on there, and there'll be a phone number and there'll be an email address. Take the tick out of the phone number on your phone then.
So you go under settings.
Settings.
So settings. And then
FaceTime.
go to, which one do we go to, Richard?
FaceTime.
Oh, no, but under
FaceTime.
settings, no. But I don't.
Messages.
Yeah.
Hope you're all playing along at home.
Yeah.
I'm a bit behind, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it'll be how they contact you there.
And and what do you click the
Take
tick off?
Take the tick off the phone number. If you don't want the phone number on there, take the tick off the phone number.
All right. I'll see what happens. Okay.
All right?
All right,
good
then.
luck. Thank you very much,
Have
Maureen.
a Merry Christmas
You
and
too.
Happy New Year.
And to you, Maureen.
Merry Christmas, Maureen. Richard, we'll just take a quick break. Still got time for your calls, 8223 0000. Richard Tech Guy,
Richard, the
Adelaide Tech Guy, is here in the studio.
Austrac Campers Madigan 16 delivers couples luxury at its finest. Was $77,990, now $74,990, and designed for those who want both style and comfort.
Austrac Campers.
Ready to step into your best years at Encounter Bay? Ocean View Lifestyle Resort is now selling. Explore our brand new luxury homes with ocean views. And with our health-focused facilities and endless activities, your next phase of life will be your best yet, with pools, gymnasiums, bowling greens and more. Learn more at our new display centre at 1 Banfield Road, Goolwa North. Visit oceanviewresort.com.au.
Cheers to your new local Liquorland, with 9 new stores now open in Adelaide. Get rewarded for spending more with our new Buy More, Save More offer. Spend $300 in store and scan your flybys to unlock $30 off your next in-store shop. Visit your new local Liquorland store today. Cheers, Liquorland. Offer only available to persons 18 plus. Offer valid until 31st of January 2025. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise.
This'll be music to your ears for Christmas. Derringers and Yamaha have teamed up to bring you some absolute Christmas cracker gift ideas. Like Yamaha's premium range of acoustic and electric guitars, digital pianos, and Yamaha acoustic and electric drums. Derringers have special Christmas packs available too, so all the hard work is done for you. Just starting out or getting back into it? Give the gift of music this Chrissy with Yamaha and Derringers. Derringers.com.au.
This is the sound of Tom turning last night's dinner into a free lunch. And this is the sound of Alice finally cooking the right amount of pasta. Australia, together we can turn food waste around. Start unwasting at thegreatunwaste.com.au.
So, this weekend Mum wants to go furniture shopping.
She's got the full list. Wants to go to Beds and Dreams, Fantastic Furniture, Snooze, Our Furniture Warehouse, Oz Design. It's a big list.
Oh, just take her to Jeps Cross Home HQ.
Yeah, but she also wants to get new carpet and curtains for the shack.
Yeah, Jeps Cross Home HQ. There's a carpet court, Discount City Carpets, Solomon Flooring, Luxaflex.
Since when did you get so good at shopping?
Oh, take her to Craft Coffee Cafe while you're there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no need to rush back. With your mean mum.
This year has made us stop and reflect on what's really important. And if ever there was a time to focus on our health and well-being, it's now. Hi, Sharon from Temple Day Spa. You know, it is so important to take time to nurture our health and well-being. Now take a moment to think about a gift for someone who really needs this. This Christmas, give them the gift of time. Time for themselves with a gift voucher from Temple Day Spa. Only and now open in Semaphore. Not just a treatment, an experience.
5AA Summer Afternoons with Angie McBride.
23 minutes past 3. Richard Pascoe is here, 8223 0000. Before we get to the calls, police and emergency services are at the scene of a serious crash at Salisbury. Just before 3 o'clock today, emergency services were called to Waterloo Corner Road after a car collided with a pedestrian. Westbound traffic on Waterloo Corner Road has been diverted down Windsor Street. Eastbound traffic has not been affected at this time. Please avoid the area and take an alternative route. So be careful around that area. Alan is asking, Richard, my PC needs activate TPN to run Windows 11.
Geez, you've done that well, Ange.
Yeah, I was like, is that a disease or a medication? There are many different comments on how to do this. Do you have any details on your website, Alan?
Alan, you can change that. So if you've got an older Windows 10 machine, you can go along and bypass their TPM2. But my advice is for you is really you probably need 16 gig of RAM to run Windows 11 really effectively out there. That's a new desirable part of it. But for a lot of people, Angie spent thousands and thousands of dollars in their Windows 10 machine. Come October next year, they don't basically have to buy a new machine on there. So there will be workarounds, Alan. What I'm waiting for is when I've tested a few workarounds on people's machines, then I'll post what I've found.
Okay. All right, thank you, Alan. Hello, Adrian.
Hi, Ange and Richard.
Hi, Adrian.
How are you?
Good.
Richard, I rang you a couple of weeks ago about unwanted things on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, whereabouts on the keyboard of a computer is the bullet key? Is there a key called bullet?
Bullet.
The bullet key.
Have we heard of that before? What does it look like? Do you know what the symbol looks like, Adrian, for a bullet?
No, I don't. But I'm wondering, because it's got, I thought you had to do some things to the tabs and all that, and it meant something about bullet and all that sort of thing. It mentions.
Bullet, so it says bullet key,
the bullet key.
Richard,
or the bullet symbol. I don't.
We're madly
just trying to find the
bullet keyboard symbol. To type a bullet. Oh no, it says bullet point. Bullet point? Is that what you mean?
Probably.
Yeah, that's the colon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a colon.
I'm a bit Philistine when it comes to computers.
Yeah.
All I wanted to know was how to close these tabs that you mentioned, Richard. You said close all tabs, and I didn't know.
So which browser are you using?
Oh, well, I'm using by browser. Do you mean I'm using Microsoft Edge?
Microsoft Edge.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how to put a bullet point in a document?
No,
I want to know how to get rid of tabs.
All the tabs that you save. You open up history, right? Go to settings, history.
Yeah.
Right, and then you can just close them all from there.
You go into settings, do you?
Yeah, settings and history, and close them all from there.
Is that YouTube settings?
No, it'd be because you're on YouTube on Edge.
Yeah.
Right, and you want to close all the tabs that are on there. So you basically go along and you go into history and close down all your history. All the tabs will be in there for you to close.
So I just need to search for history history, do I?
Yeah, it's in the settings part. Shut all
In
that
the
down.
setting. Okay, and just go in there and it tells you what to do.
Empty history, so that when you start afresh on there, you've only got that one page that starts.
Oh, okay, I'll give that a go anyway.
All right. Have you used Google Chrome?
No, I use a screen reader, and so it doesn't always work with screen readers.
No, it doesn't, Adrian. Sorry, mate. Now I remember. Yeah. So when you open up Edge, you should only have one tab on there for you at the moment until you've got YouTube working the way you want it to.
Because what it's doing is it's putting in all these like music tabs and all this kind of thing that I never put there.
Right. You're a bit sorry. If you open up the settings in Edge, right?
What do I do in Edge?
In Edge, right? You'll go over to the left-hand side of the page.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now you're going to go 5 steps down because you've got a screen reader on there, Adrian. You can go down, and it's the Start, Home, and New Tab page.
Yes.
Right? And you're going to want it to start with just the one at the top is Open the New Tab page. Now that will mean you've only got that one tab that's going to open for you every time.
Okay then.
All right?
Good luck, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thank you so much. Give it
Merry
a go.
Christmas.
Thank you
And to you.
Now, I think
It's so hard, Ange, when you're vision impaired for that. It really is.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I think Henry is going to chat to him. Lucky last. Henry, Hope Valley. Hello.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Henry.
How are you?
Good.
My wife, iPhone 11, her son set up Face IG.
Say that again. Henry, we're just losing you a little bit there. Can you say that again?
My wife, iPhone 11,
yes,
had Face ID put on it by her son.
Right.
And then she has a PIN. Does that mark up at all that any incoming calls go to voicemail?
So you open the phone with your face. Is that what?
Yeah, it's
is that
fine.
what Henry's saying?
Yeah, you can
No.
open it with a face or your PIN. Doesn't matter, Henry.
Yes, but the problem is, all of a sudden, all the incoming calls go automatically to voicemail. How does she get around that?
That's a voicemail setting, isn't
That's
it, Richard?
that's a
not
voicemail. What provider is
So I
she?
go to voicemail or
Now,
something?
hold on, Henry. What provider is she with?
She's with Vodafone.
Here's what you need to do, Henry. You need to clear out all the old voicemails, right? Every message that she has on there. Then you're going to go back to what's the original part on there. It's going to ask you to, for a new voicemail, record this. So in there is kind of like a reset part, but you've got to clear out all the old ones because I think she's filled it. All right.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Henry.
very much, Henry.
Have a lovely Christmas, boss.
And to
You
you.
too. Thank
it's a
you,
horrible
Henry.
job. It's a horrible job, Ange, when you have to do that.
Oh,
Because suddenly
yes.
you have 72 new voice messages on there. You go through one by one and just delete them all. So.
Yes. Now, we have run out of time, but you will be back on Saturday. And now you're on tech holidays at the moment.
January 13th, I'm back.
All right, but you can always send through an email via Richard's website, adelaidetechguide.com.au, and
Or
you can get back
ring
to
me
you.
when I'm on air.
Yeah, for sure. Richard, thank you very much. I'll see
Thanks,
you
Ange.
Christmas Day.
Christmas
but you're
Day.
on air, you're in this spot Monday, Tuesday.
And this Saturday afternoon, 12 till 4.
All right, lovely. Thank you, everybody. We will take the news with Mel, and then we'll chat to Jane Gazzo.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The first illegal tobacco shops have been shut down under tough new laws introduced in South Australia. Latest figures show the budget will fall into the red this financial year and stay there for at least a decade. Medical experts being deployed to Vanuatu expect the Pacific nation's healthcare system to be overwhelmed in the wake of a major earthquake. And in sport, bad light has forced an early tea break at the Gabba, India needing 275 runs to win after Australia declared 7 for 89. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 33. Right now it's 27 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
The silly season has come to Adelaide Hills MG in Bridgewater. With every MG purchase in December, you'll score a $1,000 Visa gift card. That's a handy gift under the Christmas tree. Adelaide Hills MG has over 50 cars in stock and ready to go. We're just a short trip up the freeway in stunning Bridgewater, great deals and a $1,000 gift card. That's hard to beat. Ends December 31st, T's and C's apply. Get city prices and genuine country service at Adelaide Hills MG, Mount Barker Road, Bridgewater.
Hello, I'm Nick Mastro, Managing Director of Distinctive Funerals. From me and my team, may you and your family have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You don't want to make us part of your holiday plans. Do me a favour, drive safe. Spend quality time with your family so we can spend it with ours. But if you do need us, call us 8241 5151. Distinctive Funerals, by your side, helping you cherish a life.
Head to the gorgeous Adelaide Hills for the Oakbank Twilight Races this Friday. Gates open from 1:30pm with plenty of action on and off the track. Perfect for family Christmas parties with hospitality options available online. The Oakbank Twilight Races is family friendly with after-race entertainment including live band Purple Monkey. There's plenty of food options too with food trucks and pop-up bars. Tickets and hospitality options are selling fast. Visit oakbankracingclub.com.au now. Gamble responsibly.
When you're hosting a family Christmas party, you might start with a go-to roast, a drama-proof seating plan, and that gravy recipe that's a family secret. But those in the know find all the answers in the aisles at Pal's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can make sure you have the best wines, beers, and spirits for everyone. And great gift ideas too, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Lee from Go Vita Tanunda. Mindful Foods Maple Munchies are a mouth-watering mix of organic, activated pecans and walnuts, kissed with cinnamon, maple, vanilla and more. Save 10%, now $17.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Are you contemplating aged care for yourself or loved one? Are you not sure where to start? Are you RCR ready? RCR Financial will give you the confidence to make informed decisions, to understand the options, the costs, and how it will impact things like estates and pensions. RCR Financial will take the stress out of your aged care decisions. Are you ready to take the next step? Search for RCR Financial today or see us on the parade, Norwood.
Always relevant. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Summer Afternoons with Angie McBride.
I hear motion. I hear motion.
You know I love music, and in particular Aussie music in the 80s, and there is a new book out now called I Hear Motion, Bands That Soundtracked Our Lives. And author, broadcaster and self-confessed music hoarder Jane Gazzo joins me now. Hello Jane, thanks for your time.
Thanks Angie, I love being called a music hoarder. It has such a bizarre connotation to it.
No, but what have you collected over the years? Have you got a room just with all your music stuff in it?
My goodness, years in radio, including four years at Triple J, I've collected possibly every CD that came out during the period that I was on radio, but not only that, press releases, photos, set lists, gig guides, street press. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but that's good though, because now you can use, I'm sure you've used a few of them for this book.
You will find many of my own artefacts in I Hear Motion, yes.
Now, Jane, why were Aussie bands in the 80s? Well, my question is so big here, but some of them did pretty well overseas as well. But what was it about Aussie bands in the 80s?
I think a lot of it had to do with two things. Countdown on a Sunday night, making these bands household names in this country, but also the technology. If you think about some of the advances in musical technology, i.e. the synthesizer, how it started out as a humble Prophet 5 in the early 80s, and how music was very much influenced by the likes of British bands like Human League and Spandau Ballet and Heaven 17, for example, which our Aussie artists very much drew influences from. And then you look at how technology advanced throughout that decade. And by the end of the 80s, I guess, if you look at a band like Pseudo Echo, who started out as a haircut band and synthesizers, but by the end of the decade, they were using keytars. Yes, I did say keytars.
Yes.
And had very much changed their look. They'd gone from very fashionable with shoulder pads and very, very asymmetrical haircuts to almost looking like Bon Jovi by the end of the decade. And that was due to a change in sound that rapidly evolved, I think, through that decade. We saw a lot of changes very, very rapidly.
So that's synth pop. So it was kind of our evolution of the New Romantics, just a bit of Aussie style.
Absolutely, and it kind of it kind of evolved into some kind of Bon Jovi denim wearing, fascination. It's a really interesting time, and the bands that I'm looking at aren't they're not the Cold Chisels, they're not the Crowded Houses, they're not the In Excesses. I'm looking specifically at the synth pop bands, but that I call them the second tier bands because they're bands that we haven't really discussed much or haven't really been documented. So we're talking Neurogliders, Pseudo Echo, Real Life, Wah Wah Nee, Coup d'Etat, Geisha, Real Life. Those bands.
Yeah, and what about, because I have a lot of these on my Apple playlist, what about Machinations, Venetians?
Absolutely.
Do you remember the Venetians?
Well, I write about them in the book. They were fronted by Rick Swin, who was very dapper indeed, who actually, after I interviewed Rick from Venetians, who I still think So Much for Love is one of the best pop songs ever, he was actually, would you believe, fun fact, he was the stepfather of Naomi Watts.
Oh, really?
He was, and he talks about it quite candidly in the book because he moved to Australia with Naomi's mum, Miv, and a very young Naomi and her brother, Ben, and he was really pushed by his wife at the time to be a rock star. He didn't really want to be a rock star. And Venetians were happening just as Naomi's acting career was occurring. But unfortunately, Rick and Miv, Naomi's mother, split pretty much after, I think, the Venetians' second album. So it was all over Red Rover by around about 1989 for the band and for his marriage.
And is there anyone in the book, Jane, that you interviewed for the book and you completely almost fangirled and almost lost it?
Oh, God, I fangirled over everybody, Angie. I was absolutely delighted to speak to so many of these pop heroes because in the 80s they were my pop heroes. They were the posters on my wall from Smash Hits magazine, and they were the videos that I would have a VHS whilst I was watching Countdown, and I would tape every musical performance and live video. So people like Steve Williams from Wah Wah Nee, the brunette from Wah Wah Nee, I was really happy to hear his story about the evolution of Wah Wah Nee and how they almost cracked America but didn't quite, and that was because of a faux pas made by their lead singer Paul Gray with the head of the American record company, and Wah Wah Nee came back to Australia with their tail between their legs, sadly. I reveal why in the book. Right. But, and people like Fred Lonergan from Machinations, who tells an incredible story about trying to crack America, and, who was Mr. Mariah Carey, the guy, Tommy Mottola, almost getting embroiled into a payola scam with Tommy Mottola. And Tommy Mottola's phones were being phone tapped while the Machinations were trying to sort out a record contract. The record contract fell over. Wow. But all these war stories of just about breaking America but didn't quite.
Yeah. I was watching recently, Jane, what was it? It was called Larger Than Life. It's a documentary. I think it's on Paramount Plus, and it's about the boy band, NSYNC, New Kids, Backstreet Boys, and all of them, just about all of them, had zero success in America with their first album until they went to Europe and they came back and then suddenly had success in America. So they've all got those kind of stories where the first album just flopped or they just couldn't break it into America.
Yeah, I think for Australian bands, they became successful in Australia very quickly due to the fantastic songwriting and production that we had here at the time. But yeah, unless you were somebody like Real Life, who had that wonderful 1983 hit, Send Me an Angel, I mean, that track travelled to Europe and made them they were huge in Germany. In fact, David Sterry tells me that he can still play Germany based on the fact of Send Me an Angel, some 30 years later or something like that. But yeah, they really needed hits before they could really break the country. And we saw that with Funky Town, Pseudo Echo. I mean, that made the Billboard top 10. And the story about that song was that they just used to play it for laughs in their sound check until a radio DJ said, have you thought about recording that? And Brian Canham thought that the DJ was off his rocker, but they did, fortunately, record a version of it. And lo and behold, it becomes not only a number one single here in 1987, but opens doors to America for them.
And I think the thing I love about Australian fans, Jane, is that, and I'm like you, I interviewed Brian Canham recently because he was doing a Pseudo Echo tour for their 40th year, and I've spoken to Steve Williams from Wawanee, and it's great. They can still tour Australia and still have old and new fans.
I think there's such a fond affection for that style of music, and these are bands that really didn't transcend the 80s. If you think about the 90s, and Sean Kelly from The Models says, look, when the 90s hit, due to grunge and Nirvana and the alternative becoming mainstream, he said, all of us, Models, Machinations, Pseudo Echo, we couldn't get arrested. And they were, to be fair, considered old hats. They were considered daggy. You think about the Uncanny X-Men in the 90s, oh my goodness, nobody wanted to touch them. But, now I think people realise, well, that was part of my childhood or my teenage years. Those songs still stand up. They really do. And I think we have to tip our hats to the songwriting and the craftsmanship because, okay, we don't talk about a lot of these bands in the same way that we do talk about Midnight Oil or Cold Chisel. And there's a reason for that. But I think they deserve to be remembered for the wonderful back catalogue. I mean, Kids in the Kitchen's back catalogue. I mean, those albums still are brilliant to listen to. And in fact, I've put my own playlist. There's a QR code in the book. And I've put together most of the band's songs, so you can listen to the songs while you read the book.
Chatting to Jane Gazzo, I Hear Motion. It's online and in stores now, just in time for Christmas. Great Christmas, not just a stuffer, a great Christmas book to have and read. Jane, so you sort of mentioned the 90s. Do you reckon you've got enough? Is there enough for Volume 2?
Well, I actually released a 90s book called Sound as Ever that came out 2 years ago. So this is the companion piece. I Hear Motion is the 80s companion piece.
Jane, you've interviewed many artists locally, internationally. Is there someone on your list that you haven't quite cracked and you would just love to interview them?
I think Johnny Rotten, a.k.a. John Lydon of Sex Pistols fame, Hill, I would love to interview him. And if not interview him, Angie, I would love to sit down and have a cup of tea with him. I think he's really interesting in that, he's never given a tinker's cuss about what anyone thinks of him. He's got some really, really bizarre ideas. But, yeah, he has eluded me, and I think I would be quite challenged by him as an interviewee.
I have faith that you'll do it one day. Hey, the other day as well, Jane, on my Apple Music recap came up. So this is how eclectic and different my tastes are. So I'm going to kind of ask you what you think is your most played for the year. So this was the most played Aussie song was this Christian band who are based in America, but they're Australian, called For King and Country. And then my most played album was Missy Higgins. Yeah, I know, very different. So I don't know if any of your Spotify, Apple stuff has come up, but what would you say your most played song this year and most played album would be?
Well, I actually did receive my most played Spotify list. And thanks to writing this book, my most played song is a track that I don't know if many of your audience would know / remember, but it's by a duo out of Sydney called Coup d'Etat, who are big in the 80s, who I write.
Can't you see? Yeah, I know it.
Yes, Too Young for Promises.
Yes.
But it's actually the third single called Think of Me, and I rediscovered this song while I was writing the book, and I went through this period where I just had that on repeat. It's, it's like, think of me when you're not here, feels good even, anyway.
I'm writing it
but
down.
I had it on repeat, and so surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, this has been my most played song. But, this is the wonder of I Hear Emotion. I've rediscovered a lot of bands' back catalogues that I didn't know existed, and all the feedback is, oh my God, I forgot about that band, or I've discovered it.
Yeah, and when you listen, you're like, man, this is actually really good. The vocals are really strong there. The riffs are great. So, Jane, as well, you've got a new show on YouTube. Tell us about that.
A lot of people are saying, look, there's no music television on Australian TV. And I just thought, well, why don't we put something out there? I mean, everyone always asks me, because I obviously presented Recovery, the ABC show back in the day, co-hosted that show, and people say, oh, could Recovery exist in this day and age? And potentially, yes, but people watch TV so differently, Angie. People basically watch TV now on their phones, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. That's how they get their feed of new music. So I got together with a couple of friends, and look, we're just doing this out of the goodness of our own heart. We don't have any money. We're doing it as a freebie, but we launched a show called ATV, Action Time Vision, where we've been documenting a lot of new Australian music and interviews with various artists. And look, if people can like and subscribe it, that would be bloody awesome, because we need all the help we can get, because hopefully we can get it onto maybe a TV platform. And thank you for flying the flag for Aussie music, because there's still some fantastic acts out there, new ones that are coming out today, which just not getting the airplay. And people, I suppose that is sort of a little bit of the beauty of streaming and Apple Music and Spotify, because you can kind of then discover your own stuff, really, can't you? Yes, I think it's a blessing and a curse. I'm one of these people who still love to be told. I still love listening to the radio and hearing something new for the first time. I like having gatekeepers. Sometimes with Spotify it can be hit or miss, or you don't connect so much. But if you hear it on the radio or you know what I mean? I still really love being fed my music. Yeah. Well, Jane, it's definitely a read. I had a skim through it, and some of the pictures, and they're fantastic. So I'll be reading that over Christmas. I Hear Motion by Jane Gazzo, online, in-store through Melbourne Books. And I want to know from listeners their favourite Aussie bands or favourite Aussie artists, 8223 0000. Thank you so much, Jane, and Merry Christmas. Thank you, Angie. Great to chat. So much for love. How can I feel this way? So much for love. It's like a ball and chain. So much for love.
Get your taste buds tingling Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. as SA super chefs Callum Han and Themis Crucidas present On the Menu. Discover Sky City's unique culinary excursion at 4 of their award-winning signature venues every Thursday from 6:30 p.m.
Ready to hit the road? With massive savings up to $11,000 at Austrac campers, come and grab a December run-out deal today and you'll receive a bonus Austrac pack as well.
Austrac campers!
Find thoughtful gifts for everyone on your list at Maya, with 20% off toys and selected Lego and 30% off women's, men's and kids' sleepwear. Limited time exclusions and conditions apply.
Maya, my store.
Alex Ross here from the Adelaide Strikers. Our first home game is just around the corner and we want our fans to pack out the Adelaide Oval. Join me and the team this Friday night as we take on the Melbourne Stars in our season opener. Get your tickets at adelaidestrikers.com.au, starting from just $37 for adults and $13 for kids. Adelaide Strikers, our city, our team.
Gift cheaper this Christmas at Cheapers Chips.
Cheapers Chips.
With 30% off Christmas trees, entertaining essentials, reusable dinnerware and cutlery from $3. Cool down with 20% off all pools. Christmas hampers make the easy, perfect gift starting from just $26.99. And clean up cheaper with Finish 110-pack dishwashing tablets, only $19.99. And don't forget, you can win a car when you spend $50 or more. T's and C's apply. Gift cheaper at Cheapers Chips, in-store and online.
We are a Naval Fitness Centre, home to the biggest and best equipped disability-exclusive gyms in South Australia. We are your local award-winning registered NDIS provider. We are custom-built, accessible to wheelchairs and ambulant clients with disabilities. In addition to providing exercise, physiotherapy and dietetics, we are proud to house SA's only underwater treadmill hydrotherapy tank. Join our community at Holden Hill, Marston and Elizabeth. Visit enablefitnesscentre.com.au for more information.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
From emergency plumbing to electrical and heating and cooling, no matter what size job you need, at Service Today the answer will always be yes we can. It's Service Today guaranteed or it's free.
Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Look out for our bright yellow trucks.
You can always expect the professional treatment with paint professionals.
I would definitely recommend paint professionals to others, and in fact we already have recommended them to other families and friends who need to hurry up and get a house on the market.
Nothing was too much trouble. Cleaned up really well after them. You know, if we had any small changes that needed, they were always there as a sounding board. Did a really good job throughout the entire process. Made it easy, which was fantastic.
Make it a great experience with paint professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
5AA Summer Afternoons with Angie McBride.
Oh, there's a good Australian hit. Missy Higgins. How good is she? I saw her in concert when she was here. It's the first time I'd seen her in concert when she was here for Cabaret, and she was absolutely amazing. We're talking Aussie music of Sam Tugwell and Scott Camporale. are in after 4 o'clock, so let's quickly go to Sean from Port Adelaide. Favourite Aussie artist, Sean?
Angie. It's actually kind of two-pronged. So, band from the early 2000s, Little Birdie. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
I am. I know of them, yeah.
And, of course, the amazing Katie Steele, who went on to basically come to a couple of solo albums after that.
Oh, I don't know if I know her. Is she? Oh, she's from Little Birdie, is she?
She's the lead singer of Little Birdie.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think you kind of touched on it before. It's like, and she's been pretty vocal about it. It's really hard for artists that don't have a big backing behind them to release good music and be able to eat.
Yeah.
There's kind of the money's been kind of a lot of taken out of it, and even she said that now she's touring and she's actually on Centrelink. So
I know, and we're
really
hearing, Sean, just in the last 12 months, a lot of the music festivals interstate have been cancelled. They just can't sustain them anymore. But
It's really
there's nothing
sad.
like live music though, and live
Absolutely,
Aussie
I love
music.
it.
All right, lovely. Thank you so much, Sean. Thanks for sharing that. Now, the person that sent the text message in, hello, Jane Gazzo was a legend of ours in the 90s. My friends and I thought she was the coolest woman ever. She is very cool and inspired many of us to do music journalism and radio. Yes, she is amazing. She knows her stuff, and since you sent that text message in, I'm going to give you the Georgie Paws prize, the $60 Georgie Paws voucher. Georgie Paws, the almost indestructible dog toys made from safe materials in case they're accidentally eaten. GeorgiePaws.com. So congratulations. We might save up the Wallace Pass tomorrow when we talk to Shane A. Bassett about movies. We'll reward a couple of movie passes in that segment. I'm out of here. Sam and Scotty are in after 4 o'clock taking all of your sports show calls. Make sure you keep them busy. They want to be entertained by you. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all again. Themis Crusadus will join me again from On the Menu. So that'll be fun. We'll do all sorts of things. Thank you, Em. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely night.
G'day, Timmy G here. I'll tell you what, it's that easy to get the 5AA player app. 3 steps are, go to wherever you download apps, Find the FIVEAA player, FIVEAA